2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
There's a look at downtown Los Angeles. And we've got...
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the three, the small forward. And for Los Angeles, Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Leonard in at the small forward position. Now, here is George. Three-pointer, and the three ball is good. Indoors tonight, two experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game, so let's see how this plays out.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ball game. McCollum with the ball, guarded now by Morris. McCollum, no good. Leonard on the wing, guarded by Powell. Leonard, the pass to Zubac. George looking around. Back to Zubac. Covington with the steal. Powell kicks to Lillard. Jacks up a three. No good there. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Right side George. Makes it off the glass. George has got 5.
Well, Paul George is not just a gifted perimeter shooter. That touch on the interior is impressive.
Lillard up top, guarded by Jackson. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. George against McCollum. Portland, no good that time either. And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. Quick start here for the Clippers in this one. Now George. He has 5. Outside Leonard. And the rebound by Nurkic.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss. When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Now here's Jackson. After the miss from Damian Lillard. Pass to Zubac. That shot off the mark. Great D that time from Nurkic. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's Lillard. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Good work there as it goes.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Now here's Powell. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Covington down low. He's against Morris. Hangs in the air. Rebound by the Clippers. Now the Clippers moving it up. Jackson's got the ball. Here's Leonard. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
A 3 from McCollum. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
I don't think the range surprises anyone anymore. CJ can shoot the lights out from any position.
Now here is George. He's got 7. Jackson drives in. Just 5 to shoot. And it's sent back by Lillard. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. And finished off by Nurkic.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
30 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Morris, and he lays it straight in.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
26 seconds left in the first quarter. Lillard from outside. No basket with that shot. Having trouble finding his range. He's 1 for 5.
This guy has not been a factor at all in this quarter, and it has hurt the team.
Here's Jackson. It's the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
And so it's Los Angeles holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've...
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
You got it. Come on.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers. Guys,
I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
On the court for the Trailblazers, they've got Anthony. He's out there with Jones. Enes Kanter is out there with McCollum. And it's Simons in at the 1 spot.
You know, Carmelo Anthony, problematic for the defense. He spends so much time at the line, keeps you on a string.
And the Clippers making a change here. Man's checked in, and we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, "We've just got to keep getting better, keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time." Guys are hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, D.A. Thanks. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Beverly wide open.
You got it. Come on.
Man passes to Cousins. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. Trailing here by 8. Here's McCollum. On the wing, Jones. 4 on the shot clock. Portland again missing.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Now, here's Kennard. He's guarded closely, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Trailblazers trail by 8. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Here's Simons, defended by Beverly. Anthony's shot is off.
And fancy finishes like that look great, but man, it's embarrassing when you blow them.
Beverly with the ball. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. A shot by Batum, no good. Portland's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
Well, you have to appreciate the defensive battle for sure. Both squads struggling on the offensive end. We call this grit and grind.
Yep, it counts. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there's so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul are three guys that, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, witnessing his journey to greatness, all the while he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst, partner, but a fan, and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. And the basket by McCollum.
And that's an element McCollum brings to their offense, the ability to drain the outside shot. It stretches the defense and makes them keep bodies on the perimeter.
Beverly against McCollum. Here's Mann. Off target from three-point range. Trailblazers trail by 7. Out to Anthony. From deep. Cousins pulls it in. Clippers have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Here's Kennard. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Kennard's got 6.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
Portland's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%. But they've continued to let him fly. And a wide open look for McCollum. No good on the 3.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Jones against Beverly. Pass to Mann. Now Batum. Shoots from the right block. Cousins trying to free himself up. Again, Los Angeles.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's McCollum. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level. And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. "11 seconds left to play here in the half. Lillard outside. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. That'll do it for the first half. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to... From the get-go, it was the Clippers who came out strong. Some major league offense. Thanks for joining.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
They've got Ivica Zubac. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's George in at the 2. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Keeps it alive. Great positioning on the putback. Zubac has got the lead up to 11 now for Los Angeles.
What an effort to get the tip in, just wanting it a little bit more.
Lillard against Jackson. Down low, Covington. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
Since Covington has arrived in the league, he has come such a long way in his overall game. Great interior work there.
George finds Jackson. Now here's Leonard. Outside, George. Clock at 6. Over McCollum, and George gets it to go. George has got 9.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Here's Nurkic, another shot, and he lays it up and in. Nurkic has got his second basket.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
Leonard on the wing, guarded by Powell. The shot's good.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Lillard against Jackson. Lillard attacking. He gets hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got his 6th rebound on the night.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Lillard scanning the floor. Powell finds Lillard. There's the 3. A shot off that time, and it's the Clippers taking it the other way. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Leonard, that's for 2. And stolen by Lillard. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
And Portland has possession. The pass to Nurkic. And there's a minute 45 left here in the 3rd quarter. Here's Covington. Lillard outside. 5 to shoot. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Lillard's got 5.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
McCollum against George. Beyond the arc. But they'll get another chance. Pass to Zubac. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Outside for George. Zubac trying to break loose. The shot by George, no good.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Morris. Luke Kennard comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for George. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Jackson. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for McCollum. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Anthony dishes to Jones. Batum with the steal. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And here's Beverly. Here's Zubac. Shoots over Powell. Zubac, that's good. Zubac has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Out to the right wing. Here's Simons. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
You know, and even when the play isn't for him, Anthony able to get on the glass and on the scoreboard.
And here at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Los Angeles on top. They're up. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
How about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And on the floor for Portland here in the 4th, Anthony out there with Jones. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at the point. Here's Simons. Rondo with the steal. Batum scanning the floor. And Beverly kicks to Batum. Top of the key jumper, no good.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
Pass to Simons. Feeds to Jones. Anthony with it. .60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. The layup off target. To the middle. Right side, Rondo. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for the Clippers. And Portland with a change here too. Lillard's checked in, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
That's a perfect example of why good hands are important in basketball. It just misread that pass completely.
Powell against Beverly. Powell, no one around him. It's good on the putback.
Elite offensive rebounder from the moment he stepped between the lines. Enes Kanter, that is a strength of his game.
Outside Rondo. Cousins against Kanter. Outside Rondo. 6 to shoot. Passes it to Kennard. The Clippers need to get off a shot. A shot by Batum, no good.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game.
Lillard against Kennard. Out to the right wing. Cousins, the pass to Rondo. Back to Cousins. Trying to find Batum. He's got it now. Over Jones. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Boy, did they need that rebound. I mean, they have struggled on the boards overall, but still with a chance to win.
Lillard left side. Kanter against Cousins. Kanter kicks to Powell. No good from outside. Clippers leading by 11. Beverly looking around. There's the feed to Batum. Lays it up off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 13.
Well, Patrick Beverly defined mostly by his tremendous defense, but boy, is he finding people right now. Pretty pass.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Paul George is checked in for Kennard. Portland also making some changes. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony, and it's C.J. McCollum in for Jones. Now here's Beverly, and here's George for 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Rondo against Lillard. 1:24 left in the fourth quarter. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
What strength from Lillard. Just not allowing the defense to have the last word.
Out to the wing. Rondo passes to George. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Powell for 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Outside, George. And the pass to Rondo. Back to George. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Beverly dishes to George. Rondo passes to Beverly. Here's Cousins. And the rebound by Nurkic.
All by himself, trying to step up. He's got to be frustrated with the miss.
Lillard finds Nurkic. Lillard against Rondo. Elbow shot is on the way. Lillard misses.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Outside, George. From deep. From beyond the arc, and then some. And the Clippers lead by 12.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easy. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight. Shot from earlier on coming down the tunnel, ready to put a show on here at home. They're below. And with tip-off.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
And the Clippers starting five. They've got Ivica Zubac, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Leonard in at the 3. And for Brooklyn, Durant is out there with Harris. Then there's Irving. Then it's Jordan, and it's Harden in at the 1 spot.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
And you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George. Now, just all alone down there, credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
George against Irving. George passes to Zubac. The 8-footer. Outside for George. This one for 3. George missing again. Pass to Harden. Harris outside. Inside. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, there are some ways to fire up your teammates. That right there is one of them, thanks to Kawhi Leonard.
Harden outside. Irving passes to Jordan. The kick out to Irving. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Clippers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And that one's good. Leonard's got 6 points.
Now just a lightning bolt there in transition. No one can match up with Kawhi, especially at his position. That time they pay the price.
Now here is Irving. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's his first trip to the line.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
George looking over the floor. Zubac controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Outside Irving. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. No doubt, Greg, you are known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul. I'd go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. Here's George, and it's blocked by Jordan.
Well, the arms of DeAndre Jordan are like a horizon line. They go on forever, which allows him to send those shots back. Man, he's got that touch working tonight, shooting the ball very well to start this one.
Outside Leonard. To the inside. Here's Zubac. Shot to stop the run. Morris kicks to Leonard. From past the arc. No good. Shot missing. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
Well, KD, an awesome job there, just sharing the rock with his teammates.
Outside Jackson. Leonard finds Jackson. And stolen by Jordan. And again, Brooklyn running the court in transition. Irving with a clean look. And the Nets, another three.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Clippers trail by 8. Leonard looking over the floor. The drive by Jackson, and he uses the glass on the layup.
What awareness there from Kawhi, waiting for his teammate to break free and then finds him.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Nets. Passes to Harris. Zubats against Jordan. Durant way outside. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Basket good.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for the Brooklyn Nets. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And we'll be back with you shortly. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. They've got Rajon Rondo. He's out there with Luke Kennard. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Batum. And it's Oturu in at the 4. Brown outside. Got a piece of it. Harden against Rondo. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, offensive rebounds are about effort, and Blake Griffin showing it there.
Brown against Kennard. Now the pass to Oturu. To the paint. Shot clock at 6. Cousins finds Kennard. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Durant. He doesn't hit that one. Nice D from Cousins. The Clippers trail. The drive by Rondo. Kennard on the wing. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Here's Brown. And finished off by Brown.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Kennard, the pass to Cousins. Back to Kennard. Buries the long-range jumper. Kennard's got 5 points so far.
Now, Cousins just sensing there was going to be an opening and then found his man.
Griffin with it. Outside, Green. Cousins pulls it in. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Joe Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving comes in for James Harden. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Mann's checked in. The Nets have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Irving passes to Griffin. Back to Irving. Brown outside. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Kennard kicks to Batum. A 3-ball. It's not going to fall. He's taken 4 shots and made 2. Irving drives in. And That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Jordan, he's checked in for Green. At the elbow, Irving. Back to Brown. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Left side, Griffin. Off the mark from 16 feet out. Clippers trail by 3. Cousins with it, and Griffin picks him up defensively. Kennard, the pass to Oturu. Now the feed to Cousins. And it's blocked by Jordan. To the inside, Irving. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Irving's got 12 in the game.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Kennard's shot is off. Brooklyn leading by 5. Here's Harris. Can't get it to fall. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Brown finds Harris. Off target with his 3. Clippers trail by 5. Pass to Batum. Here's Cousins. And they double up Cousins. Back to Batum. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Out to Harris. The 3. Good on the three-point shot. And the Nets lead by 6.
Yeah, put some students in the classroom because that's exactly how you move the ball. Kyrie terrific at spotting the open man, and then you got to get it to him.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And so we conclude the first half. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 12 points, 2 steals, and that'll about...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Nets. Griffin is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Irving. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Luwawu in at the 3, the small forward. It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Paul George.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Morris, no good. Nets leading by 4. The kick out to Irving. And that one goes long. The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. 13 feet away. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris.
Yeah, that's a tough one. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. To the middle. Here's Griffin. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Here's Leonard. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Leonard's got 8.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Here's Irving. He's got 14. Jordan inside, covered by Morris. 6 on the shot clock. Here's KD. Lays it up and banks it in. 6 points for him.
Yeah, it's been years and years of coaches trying to figure out how you stop Kevin Durant. Just so long, so agile, and too good.
Inside, Zubats. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently. How about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit. And I tell you.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Griffin. Green comes in for DeAndre Jordan. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Luwawu Cabarro. And James Harden subbed in for Irving. Harden the pass to KD. Claxton with the bucket. And the Nets lead by 4.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Kennard kicks to Leonard. 1:49 left in the third. Cousins, no one around him. And again, no good by the Clippers.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. Not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
Rob. Green finds Durant. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
Passes it to Mann. In the corner, Kennard with it. Here's Cousins. And the layup is good.
I mean, one guy who's still dominating the inside, DeMarcus Cousins, a great rebounder and a great scorer. That time a second chance, cashing in.
The pass to Claxton. Back to Harden. And the jam by Harden.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Mann passes to Oturu. There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Mann. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
There's the killer two-handed slam.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
Harden the pass to Claxton. Outside, Green. Brown kicks to Harden. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Harden's got 6.
And one of the most creative scorers the league has to offer. Harden specializes in sinking those tough shots.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hasn't done anywhere near the kind of damage we expected. And we'll be right back after this. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Taking a look at Los Angeles, they've got Paul George. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. That's Rajon Rondo. And it's Morris in at the 3 slot. Now Zubac. George with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. George, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Brown outside. But they recover it. Here's Claxton. He can't get that one to fall. The Clippers go the other way with it. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. The Clippers also changing it up. Leonard, he's checked in for Batum. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Brown outside. Harris finds Jordan. Now here's Brown. Back to Harden. Yep, that one goes in there. And the Nets lead by 6.
Inside, outside, Harden will attack you from anywhere. Nice play.
George against Brown. Here's Morris, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
And great intensity here down the stretch. He's not one to shrink in the moment.
Now take a look at him, locked in right now in this moment, wants the ball in his hands and feels real comfortable with the shot he's taking.
Here's Harden. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 4th rebound in this one. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? And Harris wide open. He shoots. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. George has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
So for the Nets, Griffin's checked in for Green. Kevin Durant comes in for Harris. And Irving subbed in for Brown. Here's KD. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Leonard attacking, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
So smooth. The little pump fake, get the defender in the air. As if Leonard wasn't hard enough to cover, he's adding that to his game. You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Count it, good.
That's why you turn to Paul George. These moments are for PG.
And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. And it's Jordan to top the key. Griffin passes to Harden. To end the run. It's hauled in by Zubac. The Clippers in the lead. And they go to the intentional foul. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. And here's George. Down low. Outside for Jackson. 5 on the clock. Puts it up. Rebound, Brooklyn. Griffin's got his 4th rebound in this one. And KD throws it down.
Happy to put the team on his back, especially in the biggest of moments. Durant nails a huge shot.
Leonard dishes to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
important points from Morris. And when he's feeling it, he'll step up and take control.
Here's Durant. Jordan trying to free himself up. KD can't get it to go. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Now, quiet is Kawhi Leonard, but don't let that mistake itself for a lack of competitiveness. He has that desire and drive to continue to get better.
And the Nets making a change here. Harris is checked in. On offense, here are the Clippers. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And George, here we go, to the paint. Zubac, and stolen by Jordan.
No time to waste on this possession.
Time is not on their side right now. They're aware.
George passes to Jackson. And George kicks to Zubac. Leonard against Harris. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And so he hits the technical free throw.
Ooh, I think that's a wrap. And I can tell you, you can't have more pressure-packed free throws than the ones that are going to seal the game.
George passes to Jackson. Los Angeles with another miss. And so Los Angeles takes the win. A narrow. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Brent. lights of downtown reflecting off the Willamette River in this terrific look at the picturesque city of Portland. And before we...
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. So the Nets starting 5. Durant is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Harris. Then it's Harden. And it's Irving at the 2. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington. And it's Nurkic at the 5 down low.
And that's a big reason why Jordan's field goal percentage is always so high, because most of his finishes come right at the rim.
Here is Lillard. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
Outside Irving. From deep three-point range, and play stops as it looks like they call it over the back here.
Just got a little ahead of himself going for that rebound and gets whistled for the over the back.
We see this a lot. The ball looks so good coming your way. It's hard to resist reaching over.
Cantor, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Now, that's the staple of Cantor's game. This guy has a knack for knowing how to come up with offensive boards.
Durant, the pass to Harden. No good that time. Some solid defense from Lillard. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Here's Cantor. Rebounded by the Nets. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Kicks it out to Harden. That one rolling around and rims out.
With the D playing soft off him, he might have been better off taking it to the hoop instead of settling for the jumper. He gives up a lot of size to most other power forwards, but not too many of them can fly like he can.
The pass to Jordan. Now Harris. Powell pulls it in.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
The shot's good from Cantor.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Up top, Durant, defended by Covington. And it's Jordan with the jam.
And you can't leave someone open around Durant. He keeps his eyes up, makes a play for his teammate.
Lillard scanning the floor. To the inside, Durant with the steal. Harris dishes to Harden. Passes it to Jordan. It's Durant on the wing. In the corner, Irving with it. That's good, and it's KD with the assist.
His three-point shot does not let him down. One of the many ways Irving affects the game.
The 3 from McCollum doesn't go for him. The Nets go the other way with it. Harden with it. Lillard picks him up. Outside Durant. Looking for Harris. He gets it there. 6 to shoot. Irving, good. Irving's got 5 points so far.
Love how Irving mixes it up. Outside, inside. He's effective at playing to his strengths.
Lillard against Irving. McCollum kicks to Covington. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. The Nets with the lead. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have, staying aggressive and playing under control.
And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers. Cantor, the pass to Powell. Over Jordan. Powell, that's good.
Oh, this is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Cantor. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
Harris finds Harden. Back to Harris. Pass to KD. Goes up at the stripe, and Covington sends it back. Lillard against Harden. And Lillard gets double teamed. And Cantor wide open. He shoots off the left rim and out. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
That's just a needless giveaway. You got to make the defense work for their turnovers.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Griffin's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. Luwawu is checked in for Joe Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden.
That bucket tells you about the power of Griffin. I mean, he got a man all over him, and it doesn't even affect him.
And McCollum puts up a deep three, sinks the three-pointer. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And, guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Trailblazers up 2. And we'll be back with you for the...
I know that when the main guy...
He's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, governing the split-second chance opportunities. I mean, that's what has them in the lead right now.
Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Brown. He's out there with Irving. Griffin is out there with Green. And it's Claxton in at the 4. Anthony's shot is off.
I don't think the D does good enough here, but something causes the miss.
Claxton no good. The Trailblazers shooting 43% for the game. Here's Nurkic. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. And here's McCollum for 3. Bangs home the trifecta. McCollum's got 6.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Oh, you know what it is. One play at a time. That's got to be the mindset, especially in such a tight game.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Green kicks to Griffin. And that one, good.
Oh, look, what a confident shooter Irving is. He looks so calm and collective whenever he rises and fires like this.
Simons, the pass to Anthony, and the layup's good off the glass. Anthony's got his first points of the game. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
Griffin passes to Irving. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Irving's got 4 points in the quarter.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Offensive rebound.
Well, a big reason Nurkic impacts games is for that ability right there. Staying active on the glass at both ends, converting the second chances.
Here's Griffin. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
And Blake Griffin, the combination of power and agility, that guy is a handful inside.
Yes, yeah, he can finish with either hand. He favors that right block, and he's got an array of moves down there to keep you guessing. I mean, I'm not the first to say it, and I'm sure I won't be the last, but Griffin is one of the most physically gifted players that this game has ever seen. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Norman Powell's checked in for C.J. McCollum, and Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons for the Trailblazers. Cantor checked in for Nurkic, and Robert Covington subbed in for Derek Jones. And a change for the Nets. Durant's checked in. Here's Harden. It's tipped.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Cantor has been much maligned for his work at that end, but he's been making a better effort.
Griffin dishes to Harris. Outside Jordan. Here's KD. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Durant's got the lead up to 3 now for the Nets.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing. Stolen by Harden.
Oh, Griffin in position, up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And this is what Griffin does best. I mean, he's like a ballet basketball player. When he gets in the air, he just hangs there, looks around, spins, gets some popcorn, gives a high five to his teammates, and then throws it in your face.
Covington wide open, he fires. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Here's Durant, pass to Harden, lots of room. Second chance shot, and KD with the lay-in. Durant's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And there's the pass to Canner. Powell in the high post. KD's on him.
I got him.
Durant with the steal. And now the fast break. Griffin with the ball. That one falls. And now a 9-point Brooklyn lead.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Anthony in the corner. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
He creates so much offense. I mean, Lillard puts intense pressure on the defense to react.
Harden the pass to Griffin. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Powell, no one around him. Lillard, the rebound by Harden. Nets leading by 9. Durant in the corner, shoots over Powell, and Durant gets it to go. The assist by Griffin. Durant's got 6.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Nobody near Lillard. Nailed from three-point land.
Lillard's so focused, even from way outside. He knows he can still make these shots.
And he drains the 3, but let's see. They may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. Some incredible work in this one by Blake Griffin. He had 12 points and 4 assists. He came in with something to prove tonight after having a victory. And that should do it.
And we've got 3rd quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You look at Blake Griffin in this game. He's been everywhere.
Well, he was putting on a passing clinic in that first half. Set up a lot of their mates.
He was very creative in how he orchestrated the offense.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Here's Nurkic, right side, Covington. Over Durant. Here's Nurkic, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Nurkic has got the first points of the 3rd quarter up on the board for Portland. Harden the pass to Jordan. Inside. Irving's shot is good. And 11 points for Kyrie Irving. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those 2 guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right. They get the rebound. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile 1 block.
Guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
It's the Nets now. KD passes to Harden. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Shot clock at 5. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard. A different look now for Portland. Derek Jones comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. And then for Brooklyn, Nicholas Claxton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Bruce Brown in for Joe Harris. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Nets. Now McCollum. He's got 6. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Good on the bucket.
This guy's just a gamer. McCollum, I mean, he really embraces taking on the defense and finding a way to finish.
Harden the pass to Griffin. Nurkic with the steal. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Cantor's checked in. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Crafty pump fake by Cantor right there. Outwitted the defender and won himself a trip to the line.
Brooklyn making some changes. Luwawu Cabarro, he's checked in for Kyrie Irving. And it's Tyler Johnson in for James Harden. Brown kicks to Griffin. Jones against Johnson. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Johnson's got his first 2 points.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
And here's McCollum for 3. The rebound by Johnson.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Clock at 6. Oh, Griffin in position.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Trailblazers trail by 8. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Left side, Jones. Back to McCollum to the left wing. Jones kicks to McCollum. Shoots. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. And finished off by Griffin.
An artist in the air. I mean, the elevation, the hang time, the strength of Griffin. It's amazing.
McCollum against Griffin. McCollum dishes to Cantor. And the foul on Tyler Johnson. That's his first foul. Anthony's checked in for the Trailblazers. Lillard comes in for McCollum. The Nets also changing it up. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Green. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Tyler Johnson. Lillard the pass to Cantor. Portland no good that time either.
Oh, the defense with no impact at all. Just didn't have the feel for his jump shot.
And the slam by Blake Griffin.
The offensive arsenal of Griffin. So dangerous, especially when it seems he can't miss from anywhere.
Lillard outside. And Lillard gets double teamed. Passes it to Anthony. Looking to end the run. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Nets leading by 12. Griffin attacking. Excellent D from Cantor. There's 48 seconds left to play here in the third. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
The Trailblazers shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And what I love about Lillard now, I mean, the excellence. He's so consistent. That's how you do it. You come out, you bust your butt, and you compete at a high level every night.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Enes Kanter. And Norman Powell subbed in for Anthony Simons. KD's shot is good.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Portland again missing.
He has shot them in the foot with his inability to make shots tonight.
20 feet out. Portland grabs the miss. To the right side. And Lillard kicks to Powell. Can't connect from long distance. Now, here is Irving. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Lillard from deep three-point land, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on a platter, and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. We've got DeAndre Jordan. Durant is out there with Irving. Then there's Harris. And it's Claxton in at the power forward. The Nets making a switch here. Griffin's checked in. Lobs it up for Anthony. An emphatic LU jam.
And Melo, a skilled shooter. If he gets a clean look, you expect him to make it.
On the wing, Harris. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. And the Nets lead by 12.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Anthony against Griffin. Anthony dishes to Powell. Nets leading by 12. Pass to Durant. To the middle. Here's Jordan. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Look, there aren't many more complete offensive players ever than we've seen in Durant. Passing, shooting, moving, you name it.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Irving with a clean look. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
One thing never changes in the NBA. Jordan will always be there among the top offensive rebounders in the league.
Lillard from deep three-point land. The long distance three is buried. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know, you gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are three guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. Down low. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And any lob to Jordan is about as sure a thing as you can get. So athletic for a big with tremendous hands, and big fella knows how to get in prime position for those alley-oop feeds.
Lillard misses.
I mean, with all these three-pointers he's missed in the first half, I mean, he's become a weight around his neck. Somebody tell this guy to be more unselfish.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Three-pointer, Lillard sinks the triple. Lillard's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for Portland.
The outside shot of Lillard is pure. I mean, he always seems to have the look that's going in.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Oh, you have to appreciate the ball moving and the commitment to getting a high percentage look.
Here's Powell. Floats it up there for Nurkic.
Skilled at utilizing the pick and roll to his advantage. Nurkic moves very well in these sets.
To the inside. Here's Irving. Doesn't go that time. Good work defensively by Lillard. Here's Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
To the paint. Here's Jordan. A shot by Griffin. Nobody around. No good with the wing jumper. Trailblazers trail by 10. Nurkic with it. No good on the triple. And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. At one point, they led by 16.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Nets.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Blake Griffin.
His vision and his ball movement impressed me the most. A tremendous night for him passing the basketball.
Anthony, the pass to Pop. Nice D from Griffin.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Inside, here's Jordan. Rebound by Anthony. Guys, no real chance for them to come back now.
Yeah, I think the focus has to be on their next game at this point.
To the paint. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
And a deep three from Irving. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
And the Clippers starting five. They've got Ivica Zubac. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George, and it's Jackson in at the 1. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
Jackson against Lillard. Kicks to Powell. Back to Lillard. Trailblazers moving the ball around. And it's good, 2 points.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
McCollum up top, defended by George. McCollum no good.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
And here's Morris for 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. One-on-one here. Here's the 3. The shot by Powell, no good. LA has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. George against Covington. The dive for the ball. The putback. Lillard with the rebound.
4 shots, 4 misses, and you can sense a certain frustration building.
Powell, that's good.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
And the Clippers miss again.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
He kicks to Powell. The 3. Offensive rebound. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
Here's George. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
And that ends the struggle. You could feel the tensions in the building with each miss.
Frustrating beginning for them, but we have a long way to go. Now they just need to string together some buckets.
And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Shoots the 3. George missing again.
It's been a rough quarter for him. Can't seem to find any kind of rhythm.
Lillard scanning the floor. Passes to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Just 5 on the clock. 13 feet away. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility. And boy, he can strike at any time.
Morris passes to Jackson. Back to Morris. From 15 feet away. And it's Leonard missing.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Launches it. Again the miss by Lillard.
There was a mix-up defensively. Left him all alone. He just couldn't.
Hammering it in.
So explosive with the dunk. Kawhi Leonard gets up quick to slam it down.
Now here's Lillard. There's the pass to Covington. Back to Lillard. High post shot. And Portland again with the bucket.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
Clippers trail by 7. Outside Jackson. Outside George. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. George has got 5 points so far. 41 seconds left in the first. And it's McCollum in the corner. Back to Lillard. McCollum up top to the middle. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Shot from the wing. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Kanter against Beverly. And he banks in the layup.
Explosive first step off the bounce. Beverly has the speed to do this.
Simons, the pass to Kanter. Over Cousins. The putback. It's good on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
And we reach the end of the first quarter. It's the Trailblazers up 4. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They just been the better team so far.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Batum is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's Mann in at the small forward. McCollum finds Kanter. Back to McCollum. Over Kennard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for the Clippers. Clippers trail by 6. Pass to Batum. Here's Mann. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the net.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. First free throw is good. He hits both from the stripe. Portland leading by 4. It's stolen by Rondo. Here's Mann. Pass to Kennard. C.J. McCollum with the rebound. There's the steal. Here's Cousins. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Nice find by Luke. Shows good vision in both half court and in transition. Promising start for Luke Kennard. End up missing extended minutes with injuries. Hopefully he can stay healthy this go around.
Clippers trail by 4. Passes it to Kennard. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Down low. And Batum kicks to Cousins. It's good. Cousins has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And Kennard's moving into the starting lineup for the first time last season.
And to add to that, he had a larger role offensively. And at the same time, his efficiency increased. That's a good sign.
Jones, no one around him. Kept alive. Who's back up? Cantor trying to free himself up. That one's a miss. His third shot of the game. He's made one of them. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. A shot by Batum, no good.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Lets it go with a three. Cantor. And Cantor able to finish.
And usually amongst the leaders in the offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Banked in off the glass. Now it's a 6-point Portland lead.
So good at the rim. A slow defensive rotation leads to the easy lay.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. A different look now for Portland. Norman Powell comes in for C.J. McCollum. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Anthony Simons. Lillard from outside. The shot missing. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. A different look now for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Enes Kanter. And Robert Covington subbed in for Derek Jones.
The homecoming for Paul George. Playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the second pick in the 2017 draft. That or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
Zubac's the best to George. He dishes it to Morris. Shoots over Powell. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Lillard against Jackson. Here's Anthony. Count the bucket. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Covington, and the dunk by Covington.
If the keys to your offense are in Lillard's hands, you're going to be in pretty good shape. Check out how well he runs the pick and roll there. That's just a perfect way to play.
And here is Powell. Over George.
One of the best defenders in the NBA.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers in the driver's seat. Up.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Their biggest advantage of the period was set. And that...
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Without question, George is playing his skills today.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
You know, you almost take it for granted. You look at his numbers from the first half, they're just expected at this point.
The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. To the inside, Covington, and the dunk by Covington.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there, Greg?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. Rondo comes in for Jackson. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Zubac.
Doing great things at the offensive end. 3 for 4 to start this half.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
And now they're shooting it pretty well. That was not something we would have said in that first half.
McCollum with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. Lillard outside. Off target from outside. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 4. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. And now it's Rondo running all the way. Here he goes. And that one is good.
Always up there among the leaders in steals. Leonard gets his team out in transition.
Leonard against Powell. To the paint. Here's Kanter. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
And, you know, Kanter can dominate on the court, but his real passion may be pro wrestling. He even held a pro title belt for a little while. He's a big, strong fella. I know I wouldn't want to be in the ring with him.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Anthony's checked in for Robert Covington. Jones comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for McCollum. Man gets the bucket.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Portland leading. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Lillard outside. Over Rondo. No good off the front iron.
It's amazing. All night he's been out of sync on the offensive end, yet they continue to lead.
Here's Cousins, the pass to man for the lead. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Lobs it up for Kanter. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Rondo finds Batum. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Kanter inside. Cousins is there. Jones the pass to Anthony. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Rondo with the ball. Lays it up off the glass. Rondo's got the lead up to 1 now for the Clippers. Portland's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Lillard from outside knocks down the 3-ball. Lillard's got 7.
That's one of the reasons Lillard is out there. He gives you that deep threat.
Rondo scanning the floor. Feeds it to Batum. Kicks it to Cousins. Shot from 12. Bank shot, no good. Trailblazers have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. It's stolen by Rondo, and here we go. Cousins heading to the hoop.
Rondo, known for his quick hands on defense, that time turned it into offense.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Lillard up top. He's covered by Rondo. Anthony against Kennard. And the rejection by Cousins.
Great anticipation by DeMarcus. His instincts are excellent pretty much in every phase of the game.
That's the end of the third, and it's all tied up. And do not go away, as we'll be back in. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Kennard is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Batum. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Mann in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Jones, and he banks in the layup.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
And I love the play call. This is where you get the ball into the hands of your closers, where they can do something with it.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
That free throw good from George.
You know, no one produces like Paul George does. He elevates your team's abilities in any situation.
George against Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. In the corner, it's Morris. Here's Jones, and it's Jones finishing it off.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. George against Powell. Outside, George. Inside, here's Morris. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists now in this one.
And I like the different looks that Morris can give you. Inside, outside, and in transition.
And it's McCollum off the drive. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Leonard. And it's Leonard with the jam.
I'll tell you what, when Kawhi knifes his way to the rim, it's next level.
McCollum outside. Kicks it out to Jones. Goes up again. Nurkic. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And guys, they put the defense on the defensive.
The trust George has built with his team, they know he'll finish strong if they feed him.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Turnovers weren't a story for them early on, but that's changed. And now they're definitely having trouble keeping possession and momentum.
Lillard's checked in for Jones. And it's George finishing it off.
Long and athletic, PG-13 is a terror when he reaches the cup.
Trailblazers trail by 5. Lillard, right side. And they get it. And the rejection by Zubats. Powell, no one around him, misses the 3. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Morris outside. Back to Jackson. Covington with the steal. And now Covington running the floor all by himself.
Big-time hoop from Covington. He's had to earn everything he's gotten in his NBA career.
Outside, George. from downtown. Score the basket, his 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor.
The mechanics on Paul George's shot are so good. In the end, the range makes no difference.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Lillard with it, just 5 to shoot. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Jackson with it. Lillard picks him up. And the rebound by Nurkic. Trailblazers trail by 6. And a wide open look for McCollum. They get it back.
So smart in these situations. Love how Covington often picks the correct route to run.
54 seconds left in the fourth. Pass to Zubac. Down low. Here's Leonard. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
I mean, unbelievable. It's one thing to be talented, but Kawhi is clutch as well.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Rondo's checked in. The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. And here are the Trailblazers. 7-point differential. Pass to Lillard. Up top, Covington. Covered by Morris. Cullen passes to Covington. He kicks it to Powell. And it's sent back by George.
Not going to beat Paul George with that move. He's too long and too talented of a defender.
Pass to Zubac. 11 seconds left to play in the final quarter. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. The full court prayer falls off target. So the Clippers with the win. They seem to relish. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. Now for
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And just about to get underway as the starting fives. Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K. Both teams tonight dealing with some injuries. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Harden. He's out there with Durant. Harris is out there with Jordan. And it's Claxton in at the 4 spot. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Ivica Zubac is out there. Hammer it home! Hammer it home, baby!
That is authority right there.
It was. George against Harden. Now, here's George. He's tightly guarded. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
I think Kevin Durant has proven he's all about winning. He's going to do whatever it takes. This guy is a gamer. He can meet the biggest moments, and he's willing to grind. I just love watching this guy go.
George looking over the floor. And the layup's good off the glass.
What great body control from the all-star forward. Paul George, so skilled at keeping his composure under pressure.
Jackson against Harden. Here's Harden on the wing. Back to Harris. Shot clock at 6. To the middle. Paul George with the steal. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, Kawhi Leonard makes dunks look easy. That ball looks like a grapefruit in his hands.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Morris outside. 5 to shoot.
This is not the guy you want in your zip code when the ball is going up. DeAndre Jordan twice on the pipes.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for the Clippers. For Brooklyn, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's Claxton, covered by Morris, and the shot goes down. Claxton's got his second basket of the game.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Morris kicks to Jackson. Back to Morris. The shot by George, wide open. George missing again.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
A nice shot by Jordan.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Well, if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
And there's 1:45 left to play here in the first. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by George.
Well, there's a high IQ when you're talking about Marcus Morris. And in pick-and-roll sets, he is understanding how to get what he wants.
Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Morris with the bucket.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Here's Harden. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back 3, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a 2-move torture chamber.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Griffin's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Landry Shamet comes in for Joe Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for Nicholas Claxton.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Brown. Griffin trying to get open. Good on the shot.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
Kennard against Brown. Kennard the pass to Batum. Back to Kennard. Count it. There's 31 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Brown kicks to Shamet. Back to Brown. Oh, Griffin in position.
Well, this is the kind of pass that gets everyone excited. It's also how you build great team chemistry.
Kennard against Brown. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Durant. Shamet finds KD.
You have to be careful around Kevin Durant because this guy loves to get fouled on the way up. He views free throws as easy points.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. So he gets them both.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Here's Beverly, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, this guy's ability to attack and be aggressive. Patrick Beverly in the painted area.
The deep three from Harden. That shot off. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Nets lead by 5. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Recently, we spoke
Old school basketball, you know.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverly may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the Nets, what do you think?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for the Clippers right now, Batum is out there with Luke Kennard. And it's Rajon Rondo. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Beverly in at the 2 guard. Brooklyn leading by 5. And the pass to Brown. The feed to Griffin. Outside Irving.
And always good to see Rondo being active defensively, more than capable of shutting down his man.
To the paint. Here's Batum. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
Oh, the officials are all over that one. And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Irving dishes to Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Well, Kyrie Irving, if you're open, he will find you. This guy is a scorer, but he understands others have got to come along with him.
Beverly, the pass to Batum. The shake. Kennard with the ball. Back to Batum. It's hauled in by Claxton.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
And this is what happens when you let Griffin establish position. He will make you pay.
Outside for Batum. No one near him. And no good that time. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Irving finds Brown. Here's Harris. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. One-on-one here. Kennard, the pass to Beverly. Rebound, Brooklyn. In transition, here come the Nets. Brown, good. Brown's got the lead up to 10 now for the Nets. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. And fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Morris is checked in for Batum. Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. Paul George is checked in for Patrick Beverly. And it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo. Harden against George. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after a 2-for-6 start.
Well, just solid work in the painted area. Paul George, quality look, excellent decision.
And DeAndre Jordan, not the same impact center he once was, but he's done a great job of acting as a leader for this team.
Well, you think about DeAndre Jordan's career, Greg, and over the course of time, he's played a number of different roles. What you like about what he did this past season is, even though in a changing role, he still tried to make an impact. That's called being a teammate.
Outside Jackson, pass to Morris. And Jordan sends it back. Irving drives in. Good. And Harris gets the assist.
Oh, Kyrie dazzling on the drive. One of the best in the league at that.
Clippers trail by 14. Here's George. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's going to be on James Harden. This is his first free throw of the game. Brooklyn making some changes. Green comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And it's Durant in for Kyrie Irving.
Well, to me, Paul George exemplifies what a leader should be. This guy does not look for his personal stats. He just wants to make the guys around him better.
Passes it to Durant. Harris. And staying with the play, Harris.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
And I think, obviously, we see the execution and the willingness to make the next pass so important.
George with the bucket.
Gorgeous. That pull-up jumper is simply gorgeous. Paul George rises above everyone.
Durant just inside the line. Basket counts. Durant's got 7 points.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
George. Good. Nice job down low.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And finished off by KD.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
Zubac's the pass to Leonard. And finished off by Leonard.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Here's KD. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Reggie Jackson.
Well, Kevin Durant is used to absorbing contact on the way up, and when he's this deep, it really puts the defense in a bind.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
Jackson finds Cousins. 1 second left.
Well, DeAndre Jordan in the face of...
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. Their biggest advantage of the period was 7 points. The second... And that'll do it.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Durant is out there with Harden. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Harris. And it's Claxton in at the 4 slot.
Now, you have got to give Paul George so much respect. He's just amazing at drawing contact when he's shooting.
The Clippers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table. But in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Durant, the pass to Jordan. Back to Durant, lets it fly, and good. You got the English that time as it falls. KD's got 4 points this quarter.
You can really tell when Kevin Durant is in the flow because the scoring looks like it's second nature. He's going to go down as one of the all-time best.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts. And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Zubats. Luke Kennard comes in for Morris. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for George. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Reggie Jackson. The Nets also changing it up. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Brown comes in for Kevin Durant. And Irving subbed in for James Harden. Beverly feeling it out a bit. Rondo gets the bucket.
If he's one thing, he's efficient in the paint. Rondo really good with the positioning there close to the basket.
Harris kicks to Brown. Back to Harris. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
The drive by Rondo. Can't cash in from close range.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, it's a misnomer that in the era of three-point shooting, people don't want anyone to take mid-range shots. Many of the league's elite players still thrive there. Kawhi Leonard is one, and he explained how. He said it's hard to defend guys that shoot twos. Once you get to the playoffs, it becomes a half-court game. Teams won't allow you to take wide-open shots or threes. Guys, back to you.
DA, thank you. Beverly dishes to Batum. 6 to shoot. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Kennard, the pass to Leonard. Griffin against Beverly. Back to Griffin. To the inside. Here's Harris. Good D by Rondo. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. Leonard with no one around. His 3-pointers off the mark.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
The offensive rebound. Leonard against Griffin, and that one's good. Leonard's got 6.
What a smooth-looking release from Kawhi Leonard, doing work in the mid-range. That is his comfort zone.
Back to Irving. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists now in this one.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart
with their passing.
Rondo kicks to Kennard. Right side, Batum. Kennard against Brown. Kennard's shot is off. Here's Irving. Rebound by the Clippers. Here's Rondo. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
And so it's Brooklyn, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. Their defense has been active and effective. And don't go away. We'll be right back. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
You love the unselfishness, finding the best look, and it doesn't matter who's taking it.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Jackson, and it's Mann in at the 2. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Morris kicks to Cousins. Back to Morris. It's good.
Boy, that is absolutely gorgeous by DeMarcus Cousins. Run the offense through your big man, and he will find the open man.
Out to Harris from deep. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. And there's a whistle that's going to go on James Harden. That's foul number 2 for him. Los Angeles making a switch here. Zubac is checked in. Jackson finds Morris. Now Zubac. It's hauled in by Harris. Harden the pass to Jordan. Back to Harden. Good, and Harris gets the assist.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And George, here we go. Nails the baby hook.
And some nights as a defender, you just shake your head because Paul George uses his outstanding reach to get through the defense.
Here's KD. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he hasn't forced much tonight. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
You know, there's a toughness and an energy about Marcus Morris that elevates any team he plays for. This guy is an incredible teammate.
It's the Nets now. Durant feeling it out a bit. Pass to Harden. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. And the rejection by Zubac. In transition, here come the Nets. They grab their own miss. Clippers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Jackson misses. Nets leading by 22. Harris drives in and slam dunk by Harris.
When you drive to the cup, you do it with a purpose, and Joe Harris mixing up his attack right there.
Stolen by Durant. No good from Jordan.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Man can't hit. Harden with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Jordan the pass to KD. Stolen by Zubac. Jumps up. And Morris throws it down.
Well, this is why it helps to have a big man capable of sprinting the floor. Marcus Morris solid at getting to the right spots.
That one, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Man gets the bucket. Mann's got his first basket.
Well, great possession there. Anytime you end up at the rim with a high percentage look, perfect.
And Green slams it in.
Well, this is the court awareness that Joe Harris gives you. He is so skilled at realizing how to give his teammates an open look.
And he gets it to go.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Harden against Jackson, and the jam by Harden.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
And George kicks to Zubats. Back to George. There's 1:26 left to play here in the fourth. To the left side wing. Shot clock at 5. Man can't hit. And so Green will bring it up for the Nets.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Nets.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought. An all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that. And man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for KD.
Boy, his activity really stood out to me on the defensive end. He harassed ball handlers, came up with steals in transition. You had the feeling guys were looking over their shoulder, worried he was going to pick their pocket.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for the Clippers. Rondo comes in for Reggie Jackson. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Brooklyn. Here's Jordan. Now the pass to Claxton. And here is KD. From deep three-point range, Morris with the rebound.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Harden against Rondo. Here is Harden. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it.
CLA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The traffic in New York City making its way. Looking now at the lineup for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3 slot. And for the Nets, Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Durant, then there's Harris, and it's Jordan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too.
And Kyrie doing a good job of just setting everybody up, making sure there's a great pace and tempo to each possession offensively.
Powell, the pass to Lillard. Feeds it to Nurkic and blocked the ball with his palm. What a defensive play. There's the lob for Harris, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
Now that's two teammates who need to reintroduce themselves to one another, not on the same page.
And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile 1 block.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
McCollum with the ball. He's picked up by Irving. McCollum no good. And here is Harris. Lets the 3 fly. Rebounded by McCollum. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Covington, and the dunk by Covington.
Well, really good ball movement on the entire possession, and then CJ getting slick.
And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. Very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about, GA. And he just doesn't get tired. And if you can give some more on the defensive end like he's shown, it's going to help out the team. Man, if you're going to grab it, grab that thing. He just lazily reaches out for that, and the result is it's deflected right off of his hand.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Harden the pass to Jordan. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
Well, the sheer size of DeAndre Jordan is such a big benefit. It makes him an effective finisher on the inside.
Now, here's Lillard. And it's blocked by Jordan. And he gets it back. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lillard the pass to Powell. From deep. Brooklyn with the rebound. Outside Irving. A 3-pointer off the mark.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And there's McCollum. That's good on the assist from Covington. McCollum's got 5 points so far.
Now McCollum a blur that time in transition. A quick-footed guard who runs the floor like a gazelle.
On the wing, Harris. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Covington. Some changes for Brooklyn. Green comes in for Joe Harris. And it's Brown in for Kyrie Irving. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. That gives them the lead.
Felt like the whole team knew they were going to get out into transition, and Melo takes full advantage.
Harden scanning the floor. Here's Durant. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
A nice shot by Simons.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Harden dishes to Jordan. Down low. And then Durant with the dunk.
Now just all alone down there. Credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
Here's Simons, guarded by Harden. Kicks it out to McCollum. And Kanter wide open. He shoots. And the baseline jumper no good. And so it's Harden bringing it up for Brooklyn. And finished off by KD.
Love to watch KD out in transition. Puts a little flair on the finish.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Simons. Inside, Kanter. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And there's the call on Jones. That's his first foul. Nine seconds left to play in the first. Launches a 3. Here's Griffin.
You won't see a lot of blocks out of Kanter, but there he uses his bulk and length to affect the shooter's rhythm.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Brooklyn ahead, up by 2. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you can't be careless with your shot selection out there because some of them are getting thrown back.
They've got Kyrie Irving. He's out there with Brown. Griffin is out there with Green. And it's Claxton in at power forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Now, here's Brown. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Irving with it. Kanter cover. Griffin passes to Claxton. Outside, Green. Oh, Griffin in position. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
So pretty when it's effortless like that. Blake Griffin up in the air, throwing it down, all second nature.
McCollum outside. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Irving looking over the floor. Dishes it to Griffin. Stolen by Kanter. Here's McCollum. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mention. Here's Lillard. James Harden picking up that last basket, and the basket is good. Lillard's got the lead back up to 4 now for the Trailblazers.
Well, compact and strong. Lillard using his frame and still finishes.
Durant, and KD throws it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley.
I gotta say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Foul for 3. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Harden finds KD. Nets passing it around. Outside Irving. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And the dunk by Powell.
That's tremendous vision on the part of Lillard, just trying to lead the team right now from the point.
Now here's Harden. He has 7. Jordan high post. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Claxton's checked in. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for the Trailblazers.
Well, the adventure begins when DeAndre gets to the line, but I think he's wanting to work hard on his free throws, so it's not a substitution in the last 2 minutes of a game. He wants to get confident stepping up and knocking them down.
Covington passes to Nurkic. Nobody near Lillard. Offline with his 3.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And the jam by Harden.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Irving against Powell. Irving kicks to Jordan.
And the sheer size of Jordan is just so...
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. They trail by 1. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Powell, the pass to Nurkic. Harden against Lillard. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Covington. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot from deep 3-point range. No good on that one. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to... Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They didn't get more than a 1-possession lead in the period. And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You know, C.J. McCollum has been exceptional here, guys.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
On the wing, Irving. Pass to Jordan. Great D that time from Nurkic. Portland trailing here. Here's Covington. It's hauled in by Brown. The Nets shooting an impressive 65%, having their way with this defense. Back to Harris. Takes a three. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Powell. It's hauled in by Brown.
Not been an easy start. 3 straight misses here on these possessions.
Throws it down despite the man right in his face. A chance here for a 3-point play.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Catching up on the changes for Portland. Cantor comes in for Yusuf Nurkic, and Jones subbed in for Norman Powell. And the free throw, no good. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
That's a solid blueprint. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Jordan the pass to Brown. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. On its way from Irving for 2. They get it again. Brown feeling it out a bit. Covington with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Here's Jones. Wow, hammering it in.
Like the execution there from Cantor. Usually likes to score, this time with the pass.
Shot from the top of the key. No good off the back of the rim.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
The feed to Jordan. No good. Good D by Covington. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements here. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. And Harden wide open. He shoots. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Here's Simons. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Jones has got 3 assists now in this one.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Here's KD. And then Durant with the dunk.
On defense, your priority is to close out on Durant's outside shot, but then he has that tight handle. Simply drives right by you.
McCollum against Durant. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Norman Powell comes in for Derek Jones. First one falls for him.
A lot of questions in the early part of C.J. McCollum's career about could he become a valuable scorer in the league, and really what position would he play. But after being the 10th overall pick in 2013, he's answered those questions.
Harden outside. And Harden with the stuff.
And once he got up in the air, he just decided, you know what, I'm going to stay here for a while. I'm going to hit you with a little float. Float on. And he finally takes it down for the finish.
You mentioned the floaters on this. Absolutely. Good reference. Good reference. That one goes. Count it. Nurkic has got the lead up to 4 now for Portland. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. KD, that's for 2. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. KD's got 4 points now in the quarter.
The backcourt today as good as it gets. And they've earned the green light every time they touch the ball.
McCollum from deep three-point land. That's no good. It's his second miss. He's made 4. Anthony, the pass to Nurkic. It counts, and the foul. It's going to be on James Harden.
Great concentration on display from Nurkic to get the foul and still come away with the made field goal.
The Trailblazers shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Outside Irving. Powell with the steal. Here's Anthony. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. The third quarter comes to a close. Trailblazers out in front as they end the third quarter on a 14-6 run. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. And it's Durant. Then there's Griffin. And it's Green in at the power forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. McCollum, no good.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Harden, no good. Trailblazers leading by 3. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Harden kicks to Irving. Offensive rebound. Harden's shot is off. The Trailblazers shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. And it's McCollum off the drive.
Such a luxury to have McCollum be able to play both guard spots. So not just a scorer, solid passer too. About 3 assists for his career.
Harden right side. To the inside. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Jordan, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Portland also making some changes. Robert Covington comes in for C.J. McCollum. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. KD against Powell. From deep. Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Harden against Lillard. Oh, Griffin in position. Nurkic with the steal. Here's Lillard, and then Lillard slams it in.
Nurkic using those active hands and just kick-starting the offense in the fast break.
Nets trail by 11. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Griffin passes to Irving to stop the run. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Passes to Anthony. Fires it up. Rebound, Brooklyn.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there. Yeah, could you add that one to Durant's ongoing highlight reel? Thank you very much.
Anthony with it. He's picked up by Irving and stolen by Jordan. Anthony against Irving. For the three. Buries it from three-point range. Irving's got 5 points in the quarter.
Trying to find that consistency from distance that's stretching out the defense, and that's why Kyrie always has an available driving lane.
Here's Lillard. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
That's the guy they're going to keep going to, as they should. The lead's only going up if they keep feeding him.
Pass to Griffin. It's stolen by Anthony. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th. Powell, no one around him. And the 3 off target. Nets trail by 8. Oh, Griffin in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And Blake Griffin, once again, an opportunity to show us his bounce. A dangerous player when he skies up for the alley-oop.
Lillard attacking. The pass to Nurkic. Here's Lillard. There's the triple. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. Harris is checked in for Blake Griffin. Enes Kanter's checked in for Portland. McCollum comes in for Carmelo Anthony. For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. And here's KD for 3. And Kanter pulls it down.
Well, you make strides to get back in the ball game, but an errant shot like that can definitely cost you any kind of momentum. Have to use better judgment there.
Lillard against KD. Here's Covington. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand. As a big, once you get position inside, it allows you to fight and come away with a lot of tough boards.
From outside, off the mark. And it's Harris with the ball for the Nets. 8-point game. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
Drills it from outside.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it.